he had some, let's see here. He had some complicated relationships back home, one of which was his father-in-law. His father-in-law pursues him, overtakes him, and for the first time we see vulnerability in Jacob's life, where he states he's afraid. That's a stage 4 response. And then that gives way to this whole other process I have highlighted here, where he begins to address the me. He begins to address his past. And that's what stage 4 gives him permission to do. That's the beginning of stage 5, where he's really taking that idea of embracing the negative, and now how does that apply to me? And notice as he is addressing his past, it's terrifying. Oh my goodness, it's scary. And there's no way we would do that there's no way we will truly face the me within unless I have a bigger safety net of which I feel I can, unless it's safe. There's no way. Well, stage 4 gives us that ability. It's for the first time we can embrace the negative and we feel safe. And
wait a minute. The fear factor, the terror factor is that we're not safe when we face it, I thought. If we're safe, it's not scary.
Well, we
Let me clarify that, I guess.
Yeah, I would say stage 4 is where we can finally come to a place where we accept the idea that I have to somehow embrace the negative around me. But I think stage 5 then, that gives us permission to go to another level, another stage, where we apply that to ourselves, and we start to face our past. We start to face the me within. That is terrifying.
Yeah, and there's no safety.
Yeah. But my point was simply is that before we go to a stage 4, there's no way we'll really do it.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got to embrace the negative. We've got to come to a point where we're willing to embrace the negative before we'll ever look inside.
Maybe embracing the negative to me is terrifying.
Yeah. Well, right here, terrifying. Yeah, he's terrifying, and of course, oh boy, we spent weeks talking about all the things he did, which is natural. Man, he's setting up for himself for the biggest success possible, but he's doing a much deeper soulish work, and of course the culmination is the wrestling with God. Yes.
Was part of this, I believe, was going on back when he came back and met his brother, and he began to compensate or offer gifts to his brother, because he was recognizing way back then he had wronged his brother.
Oh yeah.
He was beginning at that time to see and experience some of this and realize and compensate.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, where he does all those gifts and so. Well, he's operating. There's an awareness of what he's done is wrong, but he doesn't have the tools yet, and so he uses what he's always used. He's going to send these gifts out, try to appease, try to set himself up for the biggest possible success, and that's natural. It's not wrong. It's what we all do. Well, so anyway, so this is a summary slide of stages 4 and 5, and I'll go over this. This is stuff that I wrote here. It's stage 4 is initiated as I become aware of internal longings. In other words, life isn't working out like I projected. And so something is stirring inside, and it presents itself as a dissatisfaction or a troubling restlessness. I attempt to overcome my discomfort by using my adaptive methods. That's what you were just talking about, Carl. We use the tools we know, and which have worked thus far. Frustration results as I realize my methods are unsuccessful in providing what I think I need, but I can't describe. And this is interesting. I know I have something going on, but I can't describe what's going on. I don't have words for it, but there is a troubling sense within us. But I don't have words for it. Just like, this morning I was troubled. Well, I didn't have a clock. Generally, after much internal struggle, I'm finally forced to embrace my entire reality, the good and the bad and the ugly. That's 4. And then number 2, this action releases, when I finally accept it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where I, for the first time, I don't try to fix me. But I accept it, it releases a depth of love, gratefulness, and or compassion, which provides profound satisfaction based on an inner sense of security. I let go, and I find I don't fall to my death. Someone catches me. Something catches me. That's the idea. That if I just let go for the first time, there's life after letting go. See, there's the resurrection. And that's what stage 5 is that's what stage 5 is about. Based on an inner sense of security. It's as if I have discovered the pearl of great price. Or as the Bible talks about, or Paul wrote, the peace that surpasses understanding. Here I am in the midst of absolute hell, and I've let go, and there is no reason I really should be at peace, but I'm at peace within. There's a storm outside, but there is peace within. Guys, that is an amazing base of security.
You're bulletproof.
Well, yeah.
What more can someone do to me?
Yeah. Paul says, whether I'm alive or whether I'm dead.
Right, or I've learned to be content also.
I've learned to be content, yeah.
I was just thinking here, trying to paint a picture where he goes through all these stages of his grand old age and comes to realize all these things. And this is the result. But I'm toying right now in my mind with that last paragraph number 2 that you wrote.
2?
Yeah, that's the results of when we're born again and Christ comes into our hearts. We don't have to wait till we're going through all these stages that you've been talking about. It can happen now as we receive Christ into our lives. We don't have to go through all these happenings as a man in our life. I'm not trying to disagree with you, but the power of Christ to change us is way up here.
Yeah, for me, my experience is quite on the contrary, is that I received Christ when I was 19 years old,
Yeah.
but now I'm 62 and I'm just starting to understand this.
I have to admit that I've seen all that same thing, but those attributes there that you just read are just incredible.
I think the power of Christ has always been there, Carl. I couldn't agree more. But there's a lot of stuff to undo in any of our lives. Joy, this is a key indicator. Joy and sorrow, number 3. Joy and sorrow can now coexist. Before I would always push sorrow out. But now I can embrace joy and sorrow. For the first time, I am free to lean in and embrace my limitations because I am no longer compelled to protect who I think I need to be. Does that resonate? I may revert back on occasion, but my former resistive modes no longer feel like home because I've let go and I've been caught. Like you said, bulletproof. I find myself feeling whole within. And again, this is experiential language of the gospel. This is experiencing the power that you're talking about, the gospel. So what I want to do is we're going to wrap up with Bobby Walker from the movie Company Man. Yeah, we watched him now, and I got a short clip I want to play called The Tiger. And this is when Bobby is early on still in denial about his true life. He has not embraced his reality. And he loses his job, and he's still got way big ego. And when he lost his job, his company put him provided a benefit of a company that helps you find a job. There's a name for that, but where they help them kind of retool to get out into the job market. And so this is a company that deals with very depressed people. And so in the company they do this thing called the Tiger. And I want you to see the Tiger because I'm going to, in the second clip, it's going to come at the end of the movie, and it's this thing here. And watch Bobby's response. Could somebody get the light? It's just a short little clip. I just want you to see the Tiger.
Help yourself. Now you all need to put together a networking list of all your friends. That's suppliers, competitors, people you sat next to at a convention, neighbors, dentists, anybody, and everybody. You need a new resume. You're going to be sending out hundreds, so make it good. Endings. We're not used to them. Fear, anxiety, loss. How many of you are feeling these things? Endings. Fear. Change. And finally, success. Okay, everybody up. Come on, no use sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves. Up, up. This is called the Tiger. We do it when we need to get our energy up. I will win. Why? I will show you why, because I have faith, courage, enthusiasm. Everybody this time. I will win. Why? Because I have faith, courage, enthusiasm. Good. I will.
I just get a kick out of that because I think I would be that guy. This is so hokey, Tiger. So I want you to, we've seen clips, and I've weaved this last one together. I call it Jack, I Need a Job. Remember the Thanksgiving where his daughter prays at the meal and lets the cat out of the bag that Dad lost his job, because he was trying to hide it. Then Kevin Costner, his brother-in-law, comes up to him and says, "Hey, things get tough this winter. I could use a hand." And Bobby, he's too far above hanging drywall. And so I'm going to pick up. I'm calling this clip "Jack, I Need a Job," and we're going to see this transformation take place in Bobby in a wonderful and beautiful. Oh, this is so beautiful, and I just want you to see this. So, if there's anything else I need to, what I noticed, we had our discussion. You got to understand that Bobby and his wife lived in this beautiful big house. He drove a Porsche and all that. Well, during the course of his transformation, they lose the house. He loses his Porsche, and he has to move in with his dad. So you're going to see him asking for a job, working. You saw that clip last time, and then when you see him, his dad says, "All tucked in." You're going to hear that term, all tucked in. They're back in his house, and he's sleeping. I think he's sleeping in his old bedroom, and he has a monologue there that's pretty powerful. And then his perspective on life begins to change. He starts to observe things he would not see before, and there's where the big indicator. This is stage 5. This is really good stuff. So we're going to watch this.
job, Jack.
Okay, add another sack to the mix.
Hey, you wanna come down for dinner?
How much to take a gun and shoot me? Just shoot me.
Oh, let me see. Ah, yeah, let me get the nails for him.
I hate your brother.
And Bud Potato.
I don't think I can go back.
Sure you can.
All tucked in? Yeah, Dad. I couldn't wait to get out of this house. My parents, neighborhood, church. I was gonna be the CEO.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, boss says quitting time. All right.
Where's Jack? Still working. Come on, I'm on. What's he doing?
He's working late to make the completion deadline. Get the bonus.
Then why help?
You can't pay us.
Pass out the bonus.
He needs the bonus to break even. He ended it to get the job to keep us working through the winter.
I'm sorry, Maggie.
For what?
For everything. To let you down.
You haven't let me down.
Yeah. I did.
You were never here before. And now you are.
I think the Joy Events called. I'm gonna go take a look.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Working Sundays now? Dr. D sits down here every weekend. Losing money on this job, Jack?
I bet.
Is it me?
Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. It all comes out in the end.
Got a call from a guy today.
Used to work for him, offered me a job. Yeah, decent pay. 80,000? It's half what I used to make. World's a fucked up place.
Actually, I was thinking about
Staying on with you, Jack.
my old job. I was scared all the time.
Quarterly cost reports, young guys coming up, losing an account, who's getting ahead of me.
I'll be honest with you, Bobby.
Yeah.
You should take that job. You're a shitty cop.
Christ. Can't make these damn things any lighter.
I can't pay you for today.
I guess we better get started then, huh?
I will win, right? Why? Because I have faith, courage, enthusiasm. I will win! Because I have faith, courage, enthusiasm. I will win! Why? Because I have faith, courage, enthusiasm!
Oh, isn't that good? So, what do you think? I mean, let's. What are your thoughts here? Well, my question, what degree do you think Bobby came to grips with his reality in relation to what we talked about stage 5? And what can you most relate to? What are your thoughts? How did you see this transformation take place?
We became aware of how self-sacrificing his brother-in-law was. To realize what he was really doing. He was taking a hit, Bobby. I don't know if Bobby's ever taken a hit to help anybody.
It's really beautiful, isn't it? And now he has eyes to see.
But I think the thing with his wife was very genuine. He realized she was also critical in his growth, inner growth. When he could admit to her, he let her down. That was genuine.
She was an example of someone who loved him and accepted him for who he was, not who he thought he had to be.
Boy, that's good, Dave. That's exactly right. Boy, she really has a wonderful role in that whole transformational process.
Including pounding him with the rolling pin a few times.
What's that?
Including pounding him with the rolling pin a few times.
Yeah, I love that scene. Sure you can. Suck it up.
or when she was paying the bills and he wanted to go golfing.
Yeah, he was out
early on.
detailing your Porsche. Yeah. Patient. Love is patient, right? Wow. Yeah. So many good aspects. Other thoughts.
I think there was a relationship to his work, and I think he found himself working with his brother-in-law. I think he found satisfaction in his work, where his being this illustrious CEO is, oh man, that's the place to be, but deep down inside he knew that really wasn't true. He found satisfaction where he was in the things that he was doing.
Yeah.
In the simple things.
And what he before would have detested, that were beneath him.
Yeah, he looked down on those things.
New eyes, new sets of eyes.
Well, we got the movie. There's another neat thing where he comes home and his son's playing basketball.
Yeah.
And he's going to go in the house for the first time, I think.
First time.
It goes out and starts playing basketball.
Give me the ball. Yeah, that's a great scene. Yeah.
That's a good scene.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
So his kids meant a lot to him too.
Yeah.
There is something about, there's an envy I have, you know, on one hand, if you want to make a good income and rise up, you generally become educated in technical skills and et cetera, et cetera. But all of us long for something tangible, and that's why we have, you know, saws in our basement, or pottery wheels somewhere, or, you know, maybe take a music, maybe take a painting, but there's gotta be, somehow we've gotta see our hands produce something.
Yeah.
And either it was a hobby, or he found it as a job, but
Yeah.
that's our preference.
It's interesting that, Carl, you were talking about the power of God and salvation, and really our growth process is God using His power through these life circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, it's over time.
Yeah, and you know, I think the way many of us have been indoctrinated is by learning Bible verses and doing certain things, you know, schooling and so, which is good. That's wonderful stuff, but there's got to be a
School of Hard Knocks.
Remember, don't trust any leader without a limp. That's a great statement.
Yeah. Or he said, God loves you. Remember that
Oh,
God
nice.
loves you and has a wonderful plan for your life. Remember that old thing, God loves you and has a wonderful plan for your life. Die, sucker. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. And Gal, when next time we're together when me up here, I may not be limping anymore. I don't know. With that new hip and all that's coming up, and we'll see you guys in 3 weeks. So
What's the date of your surgery, Mike?
next Wednesday, the 7th.
Okay.
So, all righty. Have a good week.